Hey guys, my name is Andrew Potter. Please just call me Potter. My mom's about the only one that calls me Andrew. And this is my testimony. And also, I'll be speaking about Faceless films. Honestly, I guess my testimony is kind of your basic cheesy testimony in a way. When I was younger, I was kind of always involved with the church. Even when sometimes my mother didn't want to go to church, I would beg her to take me to church and drop me off and then come back and get me later, if she had a sick day or something. And so I've just always been at church. And when I was 7 years old, I decided that I wanted to get saved. And I had to argue with the pastor a little bit because he didn't think I was ready. But I decided I was ready. And so eventually he asked me a bunch of questions and he thought I answered them sufficiently. So he allowed me to get saved within that church, or excuse me, not get saved, but go through the baptism within that church. And that's actually probably the coolest part is at the baptism, we had one of those little microphones on the edge of the water. And I asked him, I said, is it cold? And he said, no, it's not cold. So I was a young kid, 7 years old, and I go trompsing down in the water and it was freezing. And so I throw my arms up real big and I bump the microphone and it goes bloop, 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 all the way down in the water. But yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. What made me take my salvation so serious or becoming saved? I honestly can't give you a straight answer. It's just something I always have. Ever since I was very little, I felt like I knew the difference between right and wrong, and I felt like Christ was what was right. And if you want my honest opinion, I think it was something that Christ just put on me from a very young age, was just to understand it and to take it very serious. So I just always have. I believe Faceless Films is very important to myself and also to the Christian community because of what it represents. I never mean to slander anything that anybody's done, but with film, there's a system. Anything in life, anything that's good, anything successful, there's a process and there's a system. And with film, there is a system that works. We might, as Christians, we might not always like the output of the system, the films or the products that they produce, but the system that they have created is very, very important and very valid. And a lot of times as Christians, I've seen the sets that I've worked on and some of these films that have been produced, they try to completely buck the system and reinvent the wheel. And with film, there's the art of storytelling. There's also the art of acting. There's the art of the music production, of the sound mixing, of lighting. And if you forget any one of these aspects, then your film is going to be of poor quality. And largely Americans, but because how widespread internet has become and streaming has become, the world knows what a good movie is. They couldn't tell you that they like the light or they like the sound, or most of them couldn't even tell you the director who did it. But they can tell the difference between a Hollywood produced high budget movie and a movie that somebody's done on their cell phone in their basement. So back to Faceless Films, I think it's so important because yes, we are Christians, but we don't go out there saying we are a Christian film company making Christian films. We say we are a film company making films. And we strive to be good filmmakers. And this is where I think Christians have largely dropped the ball, is we make something, whether it's media or it's stage play or whatever it is. And it gets to the point a lot of times where we have to beg people to come see it. Or we're pleading with studios, or we're pleading with supporters or whatever. And I truly believe if Christians were to get on the ball and get on their game and unite under say, a studio, we would then have people coming to us. And we would have people asking us for our help. And in that situation, when they are asking us for our help, then they don't care about our beliefs. And then what's going to happen, and I know that sounds weird, but they don't care, that's a better way to put it. They don't care that we're Christians. They care about the work that we can do. And in bringing the high quality work that we have to offer, we can also bring our faith. We can also bring our morals. We can also bring the true love of Christ and stop screaming at them, because by that time they're asking for it. the choice that I made to not pick up the 9 to 5 and then not to go to college right away because of all the travel to the different countries and all the different experiences and the churches and the organizations I've been involved with, and I've learned to become a leader through it. And the skills that it's taught me has now carried over to Faceless Films. Because a lot of people, they look at film and, oh, it's so glorious, it's so wonderful, it's so magical. But film is a lot of work. And there's a lot of decisions that have to be made very quickly and on the fly. And I think my experience, my life experience, has prepared me, has given me the largest skill set that has prepared me for Faceless Film.